Welcome back to some kind of video. I think we're working on a Toyota tonight, but wanted to show you that the firewall and the cowl on the 78 have been painted. Let's see if anything else has been done. Oh yeah, you did the little speckle finish in there. So yeah, that's moving along. Don't know what video this will wind up in, but here you go. Okay, I think this is just going to be a bonus video tonight. We're about to bring the Toyota in, which is what, a 16 Avalon? Because it needs a trailer hitch. Because why would you drive a truck around that gets 10 miles a gallon when you can drive a car around that gets 35? Alright, so I think we're going to start this playlist of just random things we do at Harlan's. So I don't know what I'm going to name it, but I'm not naming this 2016 Toyota. So I think we're just going to start one for when we do random things that I normally don't film. Okay, so this is the little magic box right here that's going to take the fact that in modern taillights, you have an element for your parking light, an element for your turn signal, and an element for your brake light. Well, way back in the beginning, in the early days, you had, well, actually not even the early days, you didn't even have turn signals. But with turn signals, the yellow one, if it's lit all the time, it's a brake light. If it's flashing, it's a turn signal on the left. The green one on the right. And the brown one, that's your parking lights. That's the dim element. And of course, white is your ground. So we will get back there. We got to have this little module to do that summing, so that for the trailer, you got your standard flat. And looks like this is going to probably go to the right side in the trunk. This will go to the left side in the trunk, interfere in there. This will be power off the battery that we got to get to the back, and that'll be a ground. We've done this on other Toyotas, so it can't be impossible. Okay, we're slowly getting there. We've removed all the stuff that hides the jacking tray and everything, and we're getting ready to go ahead and pop this across, because I'm going to have to get back in here and back in here. We're just trying to remember how this comes off. Got a scrivet here and a scrivet right there, and then I think this sill plate just pops right up. I think it's on just some push tabs. Okay, so these guys on top, they're not very fun to pull out, but we got them. And then this is the one to this tail light that we're going to break into. And there's the one for that one we'll break into. And that's with these little pass-throughs. And then we're going to try to use this for our ground point, since it already exists. So I put another hole in it. And then this gets double sticky taped in here in the cargo area. And then this black wire goes forward. We'll have to lengthen that, and that'll go to the battery. So we'll keep moving. Okay, so those are, so see, it just breaks in there, breaks in here. We were able to just use the existing ground. We've got her stickered there for now, and we'll make sure this can't chafe around. But the next thing we got to do is decide how much of the interior do I got to pull apart to get a wire from out here. Seem to recall on the last Toyota, we drilled a hole back in there somewhere, put a grommet in, ran a wire through. So we just want to take a few minutes and see where we can run that, because this is not the same kind of car. So we're slowly digging in. We found a brake booster back here. You can't even normally tell it's back there, but look at that. So I'm kind of hoping maybe I can locate one of those studs right there on the other side and see if I can just drill through. Seem to recall we had to do something similar before, but the engine compartment was definitely a little different. Okay, you'll never believe this, but in one of the wiring pass-throughs, we found a spot that looks like it's meant for a feature, if they have it, that you can actually knock through a thin spot. So we're getting ready to pass this wire in. Should be lots of fun. Alright, and much as we suspected, that pass-through worked. We just had to tear the other end of it off. It was like a big nipple thing under the dash. So I've got several feet in there, and now we're working out how we want to get the wire to the back. This isn't a folding rear, so we're probably going to have to pop the back seat up and then figure out if we can get up behind and get back there. To getting over here is easy enough. We'll just pass it down the sill. In fact, I think you saw earlier it already started pulling that. So see, yeah, I got wire on the floor. So I think we're working this out. We're routing wires, and then I wanted to get behind this B-pillar trim and just drove that all the way forward. I can't get over how far forward that goes. How short are people driving cars these days? That's amazing. You could sleep back there. We're reinstalling here, and honestly, when we're done, you'll never know we were even in here. This is going to work out pretty slick. All right. And then that will come up there. Now we haven't put the rest of the carpets in or anything because we got to test all this yet. And I got to put this back together and then we'll hook it up. So we might actually make this work. Oh, and the back seat, of course, popped right in. No biggie. Okay, so that didn't go as bad as it could have. Hopefully we haven't killed the battery, because you know how modern cars are. There's never a lot of extra battery capacity. So I think we will go ahead and fire it up and do some quick testing. Make sure all that stuff still works. We just tested it, it all works, but I'll show you. We've got the running lights on and the brown wire. It shows battery, well, alternator. Okay, turn off the running light. So see, that went to nothing. Okay. And note, we're using that ground and not the chassis ground. You know, brand new everything. It doesn't all want to work. Doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, so right. Okay, left. See that? Brake. So see, goes hot. And I am not left-handed. There we go. And goes hot. They all work. So he now has trailer lights on the Toyota Avalon. Not that hard. It was a pretty simple kit. This has been another ShopRex approved video.